All right, guys, as you see, Dawn has a pillow. We're going to show you how to sleep in a better position for your shoulder blade pain today. My name is Sebastian and this is Dawn. We're going to cover a few of these variations that you may not have seen before. We've done a video like this before and we're going to do an updated version because we've had some really good questions and we're going to see if we can push all that into one video, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and lie on your back. We'll do the standard position first.
What's standard?
Standard is common.
Got it. On our back?
Yes. So I know some of you may not be actually back sleepers, and that's okay. So we can change it to a side sleeping variation a little bit. But this is the position that Dawn chose, the common position. And so let's just say she has pain in this position here.
Okay.
I have pain in this position here. So she says, okay, let's just say it's on her right side because this is the side towards the camera. We're going to take her second pillow because she's one of those types of people who sleeps with 15 pillows. And we're going to put it right there as if we're going to form a half of a Dawn taco.
Yeah.
Does that feel better?
I just want to say that most of the stuff Sebastian says about me is untrue.
She has 16 pillows. Okay, so this is the position.
No, that does feel pretty good though. It actually is kind of like one of those things where it's like I put my head in different positions, try different pillows. I can't seem to get rid of that little achiness or stabbing, but for some reason just putting it under here, it's like cradling me. It's like a little hug.
Yeah, it's like a hug. So, This is an example of it might just be easier just to rather than fuss with the head part of the pillow, because sometimes that's what people play with that you're going to talk about in a little bit, right? It's easier just to make yourself have a hug.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? What was that thing you talked about where people have these specialty pillows?
Totally. So I think a lot of times people come in with like neck pain, shoulder blade pain, or things around that area, and they're like, somebody told me that this very specific pillow works really, really well for me. And typically what I see, if they were to tell me about it or bring it in, is it's one of those ones that really cradles your neck and puts you backwards like this. It's supposed to be really helpful. I think for some people it is. But too many times does being in this position maybe actually drive the symptom down into the shoulder blade a little bit more. You may notice that even just sitting up and looking backwards, it might shoot down into your shoulder blade a bit. So why would we want to be in this position for potentially 8 hours?
Yeah,
if it's
looking
just
like this, especially people who are a little bit older in age, this is something that may provoke their problem. By the way, it looks like you're wearing just a bow tie.
So typically what I say with this is actually let's take the specialty pillow out from under the neck, put it at the base of your skull. And maybe I'll show you actually with the towel here. So base of the skull here. So then instead of being in that extended position, now we're in more of this neutral neck position.
Yeah.
This actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, so some people, and it is going to be really important based upon your age and the actual reason why you have a shoulder blade pain. A lot of times it does come from the neck, but if you do an examination to figure out if this is worse or this worse or that's worse or so on, it leads us into the right type of sleeping position for you rather than just guessing at which one. Mm-hmm. In the position that you're picking right now may not work for a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But it'll probably work for someone who's a little bit older too.
Well, one other thing too is even if you got a thicker one in that position and maybe, say this is just a thicker pillow, now you're not in neutral, but you're actually in a little bit of a flexed neck position. Well, it's not working out so well, but you get the idea. I might be more in this position. That might actually feel really good for some people. Yeah, that one works really well for someone I know who's a dentist for a lot of years. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, right. Takes all their symptoms away. Also, there's slight variations that you can do with the arm position over here. So we have this one that Dawn did, and she formed the Dawn Taco Hug. But also there's other ones like the Spider-Man. Or this one really, hook 'em horns. I think he goes like that, doesn't he?
I think it's this.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
he's got to put his wrist up though. Okay, and then there's the other one, which I really like this one.
Oh yeah.
That one works well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just arm position changes, and it puts the shoulder blade in a little different positions and supports it and cradles it in a different way.
Totally. I think for me this wouldn't work out so well. My arms would fall asleep up here.
You
but I
don't
can
like
see
it?
how for some people this would work really well.
I love this one. One of my friends that, so we shared a bed in a hotel room one time, and he says, you sleep with your arms up. Okay, let's go and lay on our side, face the camera. So we'll do the side version. What's the side version you like to show people?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. sure.
You
I
don't-
don't actually.
You don't show this.
I don't
one,
have
huh?
one then, because I'm a side sleeper myself, but actually it just typically feels good for when I have shoulder blade issues. It's more of the head position I play with, so down might feel a little bit better for some side people, or up might feel better. You really just have to play with it, but that's kind of the only feedback for side sleepers I have.
Yeah, I do what she does. I pack the pillow a little bit and I expose the arm a little bit up top here. That way you're not pinned down on it. One other thing too, which we can cover. Go ahead and slide back to me a little bit. Looks like your knees are being cut off by the camera. Then we have the peculiar situation where people like to sleep on their belly. What do you do then?
I don't have an answer for that one.
Okay.
Sometimes
So-
you're just SOL on that.
So I allow it, you know, and but also I give them the risk reward on it. I say, look, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
And so let's just act like Dawn has a pillow up here at her head, and now she's going to put a pillow down here. Put your knee over the pillow, and actually hug the pillow down there, and sleep on your belly like people do.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go, right there. And so right now she has the knee on the pillow, which is a little bit, we want the pillow underneath her even more. So bring it, yeah, right there. And you see how, actually, if you get underneath your arm, there you go, right there, so you're hugging it. See how it makes it so your neck is not fully twisted, it's just like partially twisted?
Yeah, I actually never realized this.
Yeah, so it's like a modified roll position, or if you have like a spouse, you can lay on them, or you can get a dog, or just a couple pillows. I know those maternity pillows work pretty well for something like this. And so this works okay, but it's not ideal.
This is great. I've never tried this before.
Really?
I really like this.
Did I just convert you to a new sleeping position?
I'm a side sleeper myself, but for those belly sleepers, I'm going to remember this.
Okay. Well, so these are the variations that I think people can use. It is nice to have a couple pillows you can prop up and move around and so on, but realistically, you can make the sleeping changes at nighttime, but if that's all you're doing, you're not going to make any progress on this. Normally, people need some form of specific treatment. They need to do something throughout the day, change a habit. We need to give them an exercise or a stretch that they can do throughout the day. That way they don't have to think about nighttime positions, because it gets, you ever woken up and you're like, "Oh, I'm in the wrong position." It's exhausting. Troubleshooting when you're sleeping.
Totally. That's actually one of the main things I say is I can give you some sleeping position recommendations, but if it's going to affect your ability to fall asleep or stay asleep, then don't worry about it. We'll just focus on what you can handle throughout the day.
Yeah. So if you guys want help on this, we do have virtual and in-person options. We have a webinar in the corner as well that covers a little bit about this. It's a free learning resource, so you can learn some more. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we would love to help you if you want our help. See you next time.